I don't have too many emergency situations in my garden, but when my collard greens start going to seed, it's time to harvest all of them. And if you don't know what I mean when I say going to seed, see this? These guys are about to shoot up and send out some seeds. Now I just noticed this today, so it might have been going on for a couple days, but over the next week, these plants, at least this part here, is going to shoot up probably another foot. Now it might not be an emergency because I'm not sure what effect that has on the taste of the collard greens, but I have space, I have time, so I'm going to harvest these, cook some. The rest of them I'm going to perform a process called, I think it's called braising, where you put them in hot water for a minute or so, and then you cool them off real quick with ice water, and then you freeze them. It's a good way to freeze collard greens because you don't want to just stick them in the freezer without doing anything to them. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, by the way, I'm going to save one plant and save the seeds. But the seeds aren't ready yet. They're just now starting to get to the stage where they're going to start putting off seeds. So, no rush in trying to harvest the seeds yet. And one plant will put off more than enough seeds, than more than I would need for next year or the year after that. Bear says hi. Now I just harvested from 5 different plants, but this is the second time I've harvested from these plants. I harvested these New Year's Eve, and I used the cut and come again method where I took off most of the leaves, left the plant, and let it continue to grow. And as you can see, I got plenty of collard greens left from that. So on to the rest of them. One thing you might notice is that some of these plants are much smaller than some of the ones that I just harvested over here, or even some of the other ones over here. But even though they're smaller, they're doing the same thing. They're about to go to seed. So yeah, they got to go too. And this is one thing you always have to prepare for if you have things like collard greens, broccoli, mustard green, turnip greens, cabbage. All of those will essentially do the same thing. They will start shooting up something along like this, and they will go from this tall to this tall in no time. And that piece is sticking up is where you're going to get your seeds from. Now today's March 6th, and even though it's not officially spring, we're getting spring-like weather. That's why these collard greens are going to seed. It's not really a date or time, it's more temperature. Once the temperature rises to a certain degrees, and you have your nighttime temperatures are this cold, you're going to find that certain plants are going to start. You're going to find that it's a signal to certain plants that the season is over. It's time to renew again. So that's why they put off the seeds. If it was still 32 at night, maybe 45 during the day, these guys would just keep growing. They wouldn't even be thinking about growing seed. So something to consider. So it's getting a little dark, but I didn't get a chance to show you this. So here we go. There's the rag, and there's a whole bunch of that. And of course, I have compost because we don't eat the stems, so I cut the compost up and do it like that. Going straight to the compost bin. From harvest to the pot. Yeah.